Peace and Allah's mercy and blessings be upon you, everyone. This is again Miss Rana, giving you more about English, more about Allah's names and their meanings, and anything that is reachable that I can teach you. Today, inshallah, we will talk about Allah's name, which is A-L-L A-H, Allah, the Almighty, Allah. So the word Allah is like the proper name of God. When you give a name for a place, a specific place or a specific country, no one else can get that name. Of course, this is not a good comparison to Allah, but just to give you a clear or a simplified way about Allah's name, which is Allah. So when you give that institution that name, so it belongs to that name. It's its proper name. So it gives all its features about this institution, and nobody can take that name, and nobody can give himself or herself that name. The same thing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the proper name of God, which indicates that Allah is the true God who alone deserves to be worshipped, and no one else, only Him, His Almighty, whom all creatures worship out of love. Not only out of love, reverence and humility, and turn to Him in times of need and adversity. So this name comprises all the meanings of His beautiful names. So it like brings all the names in this name, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this name, subhanallah, came in the Quran 2,699 times. It appears, or it occurs in the Quran 2,699 times. And the evidence in the Quran about the meaning of this name, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, surely I am Allah, there is no God but I, therefore worship me and keep up prayer for my remembrance. Surah Taha. What do you gain from this name if you know the meaning of it, or if you remember it, or if you mention it in your adhkar or in your prayer? So this name, subhanallah, has so many features and so many unique things that you can add up to your life. So as we know, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is the Almighty, is the King who created all these universes and everything around us. Let's come from the start. In order to worship Him, you have to know Him. So if you want to, if you're listening, for example, to your teacher, how would you listen to her if you don't know her? So you have to get to know her, you have to attend classes with her, and when you see her teaching and you see her caring, and then you fell in love with her teaching. So basically it's not the same thing, but this is a very simple example about how is the name of Allah is with you everywhere. So you have to know about Allah in order to worship Him and love Him. We don't only fear Allah and fear the hell of the judgment day. We worship Him for the sake of love, for the sake as well of fear. So it's three things: fear, love, and raja. We are doing this for because we know that Allah will reward us. We know that He is the Almighty, the Merciful, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. So this name Allah brings all the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala altogether. So let's get to know some of the benefits of believing in this name. So first thing first, loving Allah, glorified and sublime be He, deeply and sincerely, more than anyone and anything other than Him. So this requires that we should love whomever and wherever Allah loves. Everything Allah loves, we have to love. As well as hate whomever and whatever He hates. And love and hate for His sake alone, not for anyone's sake. Second of all, extolling Allah, exalted be He. So revering Him above all else, sincerely directing all acts of worship to Him alone and no one else. Such as reliance, fear, hope, prayer, fast, and slaughter. All the acts of worshipping Him. And third of all, experiencing peace and tranquility and true happiness that we find, and true intimacy that we experience in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, glorified and sublime be He. Fourth of all, which is very crucial and important, is, remember the point where we mentioned worshipping Allah only? So if you do the opposite, which would be considered shirk, so worship directed to other than Allah, exalted be He, is invalid, is not acceptable. Because this leads to, of course, shirk. And shirk means in Arabic, or shirk means in English, it's an Arabic word. It means in English to have an associate, or to like associating partners with Allah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And those who practice it, so the one who practice the shirk, or having partners with Allah, this considered to be shirk, which is the opposite of giving all the worship to Him only. And peace and Allah's mercy be upon you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.